Every social interaction is a game rigged against you unless you know the hidden rules. When you step into a boardroom, three specific power cues dictate who gets the promotion and who gets ignored before a single word is spoken. Most people spend their lives reacting to these unseen forces like puppets on strings, but you are about to start pulling the levers yourself by mastering the architecture of every room. Intention. And the final, insight. It is a counterintuitive principle that, once mastered, fundamentally shifts how people perceive your authority, even when you aren't saying a single word. Sit back, grab your water, and let's get to it. To see how the dynamic actually works, we have to start with the concept of social capital. Think of social capital as a digital currency account that every single person in a room holds for everyone else. When you walk into a room, your presence either adds to that balance or subtracts from it, depending on your congruence and emotional stability. Let's look at your first step, the power of non reactive listening. Most people in social situations are terrified of silence, so they rush to fill it with nervous chatter or forced humor. They believe they have to constantly output value to be considered valuable. That is a mistake. In a 1994 study conducted by social psychologist Dr. Albert Mehrabian, it was found that the most influential figures in group settings were not those who spoke the most, but those who were the most observant. When you listen without the desperate need to react, you gain a massive information advantage. You see the patterns, the micro expressions, and the underlying tensions that everyone else is too busy performing to notice. Start this today. Next time you are in a group, lean back, keep your posture relaxed, and simply count to three before you respond to any question. You will notice something fascinating. People will start to offer you more information than they intended. They will clarify their own points just to fill the space you've provided. By being the one who is comfortable with the silence, you become the emotional anchor of the interaction. That is your first easy win, and it is available to you every single time you open your mouth. Now, let's move to the second layer, the principle of calibrated empathy. Many people mistake empathy for being nice, but that is not what this is. Calibrated empathy is a tactical tool used by FBI negotiators to build instant trust. It is about identifying the emotional state of the person you are talking to and naming it without judgment. For example, if a colleague is frustrated about a missed deadline, instead of saying, "It's okay, don't worry about it," try saying, "It sounds like you're feeling a lot of pressure because the external variables weren't under your control." Think about the difference. In the first scenario, you are dismissive. In the second, you have demonstrated that you see their reality. Once a person feels understood, their brain lowers its natural defensive shields. This process was tracked in a study at the University of California, Los Angeles, where researchers found that labeling an emotion actually reduces the activity in the amygdala, the brain's alarm system. By labeling their stress, you are literally helping them calm down. This gives you influence because they start to subconsciously associate your presence with a sense of relief and stability. You are already getting the hang of this, and if you are finding this breakdown useful, hit the subscribe button. I share insights like this every single week. All right, now for the one I've been saving for you. Remember how I said the best part was coming? This is the principle of high status uncertainty. Most people spend their entire lives trying to be predictable, transparent, and overly accommodating because they think that builds trust. But the reality is that extreme predictability is often interpreted as low status. If everyone in the room knows exactly how you will respond to every single stimulus, you have become a commodity. The most magnetic people in the room possess a quality of high status uncertainty. This does not mean being erratic or rude. It means you operate on your own internal clock rather than the external validation of the group. When you choose to leave a conversation or when you choose to disagree with a popular sentiment, you are exercising sovereignty. Consider the story of a high level executive I once worked with. He never rushed to meetings, he never apologized for his opinions, and he often redirected group flow with a simple, "I'm not sure that's where we should be focusing right now." People were drawn to him because he was the only one in the building who wasn't begging for approval. When you stop asking for permission to be who you are, the entire dynamic of the room shifts toward you. It is a subtle shift in your internal posture. You stop looking to see if people like what you said. You just say it. You stop waiting for the meeting to end so you can go home. You stay until the conversation has peaked. Then you exit at the moment of highest value. Let that sink in for a moment. Once you stop being the one who needs the room will inevitably start needing you. It changes everything. It changes how you carry your shoulders, how you pitch your voice, and how people treat you when you walk in. You aren't just participating in the dynamic anymore. You are creating it. So there you go. 3 actionable pillars for mastering the social dynamic. We started with non-reactive listening, moved through the precision of calibrated empathy, and finished with the magnetic power of high-status uncertainty. The third point alone. Learning to detach your need for external validation will likely save you more energy and earn you more respect than any number of clever one liners could. If you got real value from this, please share it with a friend who needs to hear it, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what I've got coming up next. I am putting together a piece on the science of high stakes negotiation that builds on these exact principles, and you are not going to want to miss that one. Until then, observe the room, stay steady, and watch how the world begins to accommodate your presence. You've got this. I'll see you in the next one.